for you. Another big story this week is that a Walt Disney World vice president who is on the economic reopening task force in the state of Florida has sort of underscored the fact that they may have pushed the goalpost to July for reservations, but that does not mean that Walt Disney World is reopening come July. It is something that we've seen time and time again where it looks like throughout this process, they have moved the reservation window a handful of times to try and keep up with what's going on in real time. They obviously want people to visit. They obviously want people to be able to book their vacations. And unfortunately, things progress and as our situation continues to unfold, they are having to react sort of in that real-time atmosphere. And now it looks like reservations for Walt Disney World, both your hotels as well as your dining options and stuff like that within the parks, those have all been pushed out to the beginning of July. And Katrina, we've watched as month to month the reservation window has moved, as I mentioned, and with Disney Springs likely back near, some semblance of full capacity or at least half capacity by the end of May. Do you see this as the last time this window gets adjusted from like a travel person's perspective?
No, I think they're gonna just keep pushing it. I know Chapek is a money person, and he really wants those reservations. And he will do everything he can to try to get those people to start booking again. I mean, that's what they did for June 1st reservations, right? They tried to give people a little, like the travel agents, especially, like a little enticing thing to get their bookings to extend out. So when they cancel reservations from like March to May 31st, they offered the free dining plan if they decided to rebook their reservation starting June 1st to September something, which is silly because what's one day? If you had a reservation on May 31st, what's the difference of June 1st? They're trying to push it to get that summer money in. And then they quickly got rid of that a couple weeks ago, or like a week ago. And because they pushed out all the reservations to July 1st, and then there are rumors that they reached capacity for reservations for the June month. And so now they're stopping it and just doing it in July. But honestly, I think it's just silly for them to keep extending it out over and over and over again, because now you're making it harder on the guests and the travel agents to rebook dining, rebook fast passes, because they're not honoring any of the fast passes that you booked in June. So it's just heartbreaking. And then I have to mention that, like, I had a client and it was his first time going to Disney World with his girlfriend and her son. And he went when he was a kid. He was super excited to go to the Poly. And then he called me up and he was just so distraught and upset. And because he had to cancel, his reservation was the first week of June. And he was like really hoping, and I was like, well, we can always try to rebook it, but again, like he said, when? Because July, who knows if July, and then we have to rebook all the fast passes, and like, how the heck are you supposed to get Flight of Passage fast passes again? It's just, it's really never, you're never going to do it. We were so lucky to get some really amazing fast passes for him. And there's no way to just keep rebooking it later down the road. I think that they should just not accept any reservations until at least like a later date, like August or something, because keep pushing it June, July, it's just now starting to be annoying. So I think that they are probably going to extend it out again, because I don't see Disney World opening the first week of July the way it's going now,
especially going into the 4th of July holiday and stuff like that. I mean, you're anticipating, I suppose, an even bigger crush of humanity because it's a holiday week, and going into that is going to be its own operational hurdles, especially if you're trying to reopen things for the first time potentially. Garrett, the OC mayor, Orange County mayor in Florida, said it was realistic that Disney World could reopen in June. So I'll play devil's advocate here. We just heard Katrina say she doesn't think it's going to reopen in July, that it might even get pushed out reservation wise to even perhaps August. How likely are we to think potentially that we might be surprised with a June reopening? Playing devil's advocate, maybe this is a strategy, right? Maybe they have pushed this window out to the beginning of July, and then maybe are reopening for locals, maybe a trial process. Disney World being such a big place, maybe they are looking for a bit of a scrimmage first before they really legitimately open up those reservations for the masses. What do you think?
It's an interesting strategy, definitely. If they did say we're not doing reservations like July 1st, that's our reservation window, but then they're like, we're going to open up in June. Maybe they're trying to, I don't know what the strategy is. Perhaps only Disney does know if they do it, but I think June could happen. But again, Disney's highest priority is safety, so they're going to do what they think is right. I think it's just a miracle that we're having Disney Springs open to begin with. But if it was June, I think what they might do is sort of like a trial run, like what they did with Shanghai Disney, and where they allow cast members and their friends, as well as maybe annual pass holders, to come and pretty much they do the trial run of pretty much showing the distancing in the parks, like what we've seen in Shanghai Disneyland. So June could be possible because reservations are completely different than just regular ticket sales, because there are people that drive 2 hours down there, buy a ticket for a day, and then enjoy the day and then drive back. The reservation is more so used for the resort. So June could be a possibility. It could be, if it happened in June, it would be the greatest surprise that Disney has ever done, aside from Star Wars Land, honestly. Like,
you mean how bad it was? Is that what you're talking about?
I knew that was coming.
Oh my God. Listen, Tyler, we know you love Falcon Run. We know Millennium Falcon Run. Favorite attraction. Yeah, that's his favorite attraction.
That's not even an attraction. Is that a roller coaster at Six Flags?
No.
He's been gone from Disney so long, he forgot the name of the worst ride they ever made.
Listen, Smuggler's Run, Falcon Run, the Millennium Falcon Flight of Passage. It's Tyler's favorite attraction.
I don't have sound effects for this.
Should have been prepared.
If it opens in June, that would be a great surprise, greater than the Flight of Passage on the Falcon's Run in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
There we go.
At Six Flags over Austin, Texas.
Wow.
Okay.
Cover the whole gamut there. Very nice. Well, I know that everybody's eager, obviously. It's something that the whole Disney fan media community has been speculating on because we all just want to see our parks open again. We all want that opportunity to be a part of it again. It means so much to us, from a true heartfelt way. It means a lot from all of us to know that Disney parks are reopening, at least in China, and that potentially that reopening could be coming here very soon. And it's very promising with Disney Springs to see that things are coming back online slowly but surely. Only time will tell when it comes to Walt Disney World's finite reopening schedule, and hopefully we will all be there together, healthy, happy, and ready for some magic.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.